very easy for you to blame me for hurting Jamie.
Oh, you bet it is.
But when my family is threatened by a dangerous psychotic who's seeking revenge for something I didn't do, then I will go to great lengths to secure my family's safety. I am asking you, please contact Dixie. Convince her to let Junior come back to Pine Valley where I can protect him.
Adam, the only person that matters in this world to you is you. And the only reason that Junior is in this world at all is because you were obsessed with having a child while we were married. Thank God Dixie was smart enough to take him away from you, to go down to Pigeon Hollow where you can influence him. He is safer and he is better off there. And my son would have been too if you hadn't interfered. And now because of you, I have to explain to him why his mother is on trial for murder.
You should have thought of that before you shot your fiancé in the back. You're the one that took another human being's life.
That's it. That's it. You're out of here, Chandler. You're out.
Have I offended you, the man who stole his own brother's child?
Dimitri, I can handle Adam on my own.
You're the one who invited Jim Thomason into Jamie's life and into Laura's life. You invited a child pornographer into your home. If anyone has stolen your son's innocence, it's you.
Yes, I am responsible. I brought Jim Thomason into our lives. And later I took his life because he threatened my son. He was going to go to Pigeon Hollow and take pornographic pictures of my son. And he made it real clear that he had other things in mind as well. So if I hadn't stopped him, who knows? Maybe he would have rounded Junior up too to join in the fun. You know, you never saw those pictures of Laura. That sweet, innocent child. And then you think about your son. And you hope to God that you never hear a cry for help. That it comes so deep from inside that you have to help or you have to die trying. And I heard that cry from Laura, and I was never going to hear it again. From my family, from yours, from anybody's. So don't ever tell me that killing Jim Thomason was wrong. Don't ever tell me that.
Hell no. I'm quite sure I would have done the same thing myself. And if you prevented Thomason from hurting even one other child, any other child, I'm grateful to you for that. But Brooke, Jamie is safe now. I just want the same for my son. Please, I'm begging. Contact Dixie, phone Dixie, intercede on my behalf.
Adam, you're going to have to deal with Dixie on your own.
She'll listen to you.
Thanks to you, I have more than enough to handle with my own son.
You got your answer. It's no.
I'm not going to change my mind.
What's wrong?
What Adam said. I killed a man. I never felt it before, but that's what I did. I took a human life.
No. Thomason wasn't human.
But he was. He was. He was a living, breathing human being, and I took that away from him. have I done? What does that make me? God, forgive me. I killed a human being.
Thomason wasn't human.
He had a right to live.
Brooke, he would have hurt your son.
Not if he went to prison for life, he wouldn't have.
There wasn't a jury or a judge in that gallery with you? And who's to say 10 years down the line, a parole board wouldn't have let him out?
People change.
Brooke, there is a separate level in hell for people who did what Thomason did to children.
I shot the man in the back.
You did what you had to do.
I could have shot him in the leg. I could have winged him. I just kept on shooting.
Brooke, you are not an expert marksman. You stopped a monster cold the only way you could.
You and I can understand that eventually. What about my son?
In time, he will understand.
What am I supposed to say to him? I shot a man who was unarmed, who was not attacking me, a man who was walking away.
Jamie's a smart boy. He'll understand that Jim was a threat.
He knew that there was something about him.
He knew it, he felt it.
So what am I supposed to say to him? It's okay to kill a man because he's bad. I dread this more than I have dreaded anything in my life, that I have to tell my son that I shot a man, more than going to prison,
No, you are not going to prison, Brooke.
I just want to wake up from this dream tomorrow. I don't want to have to tell my son.
I wish I could make it go away for you.
He's going to have to live the rest of his life with the fact that his mother is a murderer.
Someone who rids the world of a monster is not a murderer.
No, rid the world. I killed him. I killed Jim. I shot a human being.
Brooke, Jim was the enemy. You were on the front line. You had no choice. You had to kill him. Jim had killed Laura's mother, wounded Laura, probably scarred her for life, and for all you knew, he had killed Edmund and me. Now, if those aren't the actions of a man who has declared war on good people.
Good people? You're viewing this like it was some epic struggle between good and evil.
I believe that evil has existed since the dawn of civilization, and no amount of 20th century psychobabble is going to change that.
Jim was evil, I know that.
Brooke, I didn't go for Jim's jugular when I had the chance. And Edmund and I nearly lost our lives because of that mistake. And then I left you to confront him at the gallery. I will regret it for the rest of my life that I did not kill Thomason myself.
I tried to talk to him. You know, maybe if I had tried harder...
What would you have done if he walked out that door? What then?
I would have called the police.
What if he had made good on his threat, went straight to Pigeon Hollow, stopped off at an elementary school on the way? Could you have lived with that? And what if some years went by and Thomason hadn't been apprehended? You finally let your guard down. One morning, Jamie goes to school. He doesn't come home in the afternoon. You had to shoot, Brooke. You not only protected Jamie's innocence and most probably his life, you protected the lives of other children as well.
I want to believe you.
But you still blame yourself. Brooke, you recall when Eugenia mentioned Alexei shooting a man in a duel?
How could I forget?
Well, when that happened, I'm sure most of the family thought it was a rather extravagant gesture, maybe even a foolish one. But to Alexei, defending Eugenia's honor was absolutely necessary.
Well, it's a quaint old world custom, I guess. I don't see how it relates to me.
Honor. It's as alive today as it was in the age of chivalry.
Are you saying that it justifies violence?
Brooke, when the Third Reich controlled Hungary during World War II, most Hungarians would gladly have turned the streets red to get rid of the Nazis. But it was impossible. So they had to live on two levels. At Basel, Eugenia outwardly complied with the regime's rules. But in the crypts and tunnels at Basel, she was harboring Jewish families.
And the Nazis never found out?
Well, one night, a Gestapo officer demanded a tour of the wine cellar, same wine cellar that Tad loved so much. Eugenia was hiding 3 families. She handed the young officer a glass of vintage Bordeaux, sent a signal for the families to hide, and then led the man down to the cellar for a one-way tour.
One way?
It's kind of difficult imagining Aunt Eugenia packing a revolver. But she shot him straight through the heart. One of the maids helped her dig a grave in the orchard. Eugenia planted a sapling to disguise the upturned earth. That tree is flourishing. Today, it's one of the tallest in the garden.
Dimitri, there was a war going on. There were extenuating and extraordinary circumstances. Eugenia's actions were heroic.
So were yours. You protected your son and all the other children that Thomason would have harmed. It cost you dearly to defend their lives and their futures, but you did it.
I am not noble and self-sacrificing.
Brooke, the Marick family motto translates, "What is left when honor is lost?"
It's a heavy question.
What is left when honor is lost? Nothing, Brooke. I discovered that last year when I destroyed mine. Nothing left.
I don't believe that. You said the translation was, when honor is lost? Lost is not the same as destroyed.
For all practical purposes, it is.
No, it's not. Lost means that it can be found again.
That I don't know about.
Dimitri, we all make mistakes. Why can't you forgive yourself for being human? As a personal favor?
Okay. I will give it a try. But to me, you are valiant and noble and honorable. And maybe being near you, some of that will rub off on me.
You've been a true friend.
Well, I hope you'll let me continue being one. And let me know if there's anything more I can do for you than sing camp songs and lend the occasional shoulder.
Stay away from the jury.
Ooh. All right. That's done. Anything else?
One more thing.
Name it.
Would you fly Aunt Phoebe down to West Virginia to get Jamie? I tried to get hold of Tad today, but I haven't been able to reach him.
Oh, Brooke, I'd be honored.